Broke, government is broke. But people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
Alrighty. Good morning to everyone being here. I really appreciate everyone's time. Welcome again to the leadership. My name is Buchi Law. And as always, we have to do a microphone check so that we ensure that no one is left behind. Another day. Stories here and there, issues here and there, problems here and there, so many challenges, so many people that have lost their lives, based off stupid things. I won't say stupid things per se, but most of them are actually very, they're not worthy for someone to be losing their lives for. And as we always say, that it's all regards to a failure of leadership, as well as a brainwashing of some set of people that have failed to see beyond their nose and rather believe strongly in what they believe in, that they are ready to kill other people for it. So, point I'm trying to make in essence today's broadcast is we are going to be analyzing why Nigeria is not united. Nigeria is not a united nation. It's not united in any way. And it has shown time and time again that it lacks unity. And I feel strongly that the more we continue to perpetrate this fraud called Nigeria, the more danger, the young people that are coming up will face, because they will absorb this pain, they will absorb this evil, they will absorb this, trepidation that is coming from that country. They will absorb it. It will absorb in them, and it can ultimately lead to, a breakdown of law and order in the coming years, because everyone is saying all of this. Everyone is knowing full well that it's in the scheme of things. Everyone is aware. They are aware of all that's going on. They are seeing everything that's happening, and they know for sure that Nigeria is not working. But everyone is just managing the situation because they don't know any better. They don't know any better. If you don't know better, you cannot do better, right? And that's one of the reasons why we have these broadcasts, once or twice, 3 times a week, just to encourage people that, you don't have to continue to suffer the way you've suffered. You don't have to continue to suffer the way your fathers have suffered. You don't have to continue to suffer the way your mothers have suffered. You can actually ask for a new thing. You can actually seek for a new thing. And sometimes people will say that it is impossible until it's done. It was impossible to go to the moon, but now people are going to the moon and back like they're going to the, to the next street. It was impossible to drive cars that, that did not have a driver in the seat. But now people are driving cars that have no driverless cars. And so people are even driving cars that have no gas. What am I trying to say? Everything is impossible until it's done. But again, a situation where a system of government is promoting violence over a set of people And it's promoting violence for people that don't believe in their religion. It's promoting violence for people that don't believe in their own ideology. And they want everyone to stay in that situation, conform to that situation. Do not say anything about that situation. They want you to become a rat. They want you to become a goat that cannot think for yourself. And that's where you have to come up and say that enough is enough. Enough is enough. I can think for myself, and this is not right. All right. And I'm going to show so many examples of what I'm talking about today, of why there is a failure of leadership in Nigeria and why Nigeria needs to totally, today, as early as possible, disintegrate. You know, a lot of Christians are being killed in the north. We're seeing how they killed a young lady. I'm going to show a video how they murdered a young lady in the north. All right. But again, no one is asking questions. The United Nations just left the north. They saw what was happening, but yet they did not do anything about it. That can tell you exactly what we have as a people. The Nigerian economy, the Nigerian nation has been joined together with terrorists. We are now sleeping in bed with terrorists. We don't know when they're going to strike. They can strike you from just a WhatsApp message. They can strike you because you talk different. They can strike you because you act different. And we have to tell ourselves the truth. Even though we know for sure that we cannot continue like this, the question is, what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? Are we going to continue to act like we don't see what's going on? Or are we going to actually start asking the questions that are pertinent? All right. So as some of you may know, there was a young lady that was killed recently, and she was brutally killed. I can't even show a video, but I want you to know that this young lady was burnt to death because she made a comment about, the Prophet Muhammad, or she made a comment about that, and it was not something that was, totally inapprehensible, or something that, if you ask me, was going to warrant death. But look at it. She was stoned and burnt to death at Sokoto State College of Education for blasphemy. In a voice note, she reacted against posting religious content in a class group chat. This is the lady's face. This is all I can actually post here because I don't want to, I don't want to make anything that's going to make them block this channel by the video itself being very graphic. But all you need to do is just go online and check and see for yourself how terrible the situation is right now in Nigeria. This lady was killed by her own classmates in Sokoto State. In Sokoto State, she was murdered. She was killed. All right? She's Christian, by the way. Her name is Deborah. I'm yet to see any Christian that is bearing the name called Deborah, or rather any Muslim bearing the name Deborah. She's Christian. And that's why they killed her. The two people that are endangered right now in Nigeria, and the two people that will be endangered right now in Nigeria, are the Christians and the Igbo people. The Christians and the Igbo people are the new endangered people in Nigeria. The Christians have to fight for themselves. The Igbo people have to defend themselves. Because we are fighting a battle that is bigger than what we understand. This battle is a battle of good versus evil. Good versus evil. And so many people are now hiding under the premise of evil. And unfortunately, the whole world is supporting evil. They now see people that do evil as good, and people that do good as evil. That is the reason why they have Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in prison, because he was fighting for the good of his own people. He was speaking up for the good of his own people. That is why they killed Martin Luther King, because he was speaking up for the good of his people. That is why they killed Malcolm X, because he was speaking up for the good of his own people. And that is exactly what they are doing even till today. Even in the Bible, Jesus Christ was killed because he was speaking up for the good of his own people. All right. But again, what would warrant a group of students to kill their own classmates? This is somebody that you grow up with. This is somebody that you go to classes with. This is somebody that you go to the library with. This is somebody that possibly she has even invited them over to come to her house for food. This young lady must have possibly invited her friends over to come and break bread with them. She must have maybe helped some of them in their classwork. She might have helped some of them in their assignments. But guess what happened? They still killed her. They still killed her because she was Christian. All right? And that is just simply it. She was killed because she's Christian. And they were looking for an opportunity to kill her. They were looking for an opportunity to kill her, and they found that opportunity when she told them not to post religious things in a WhatsApp group. All right? A WhatsApp group. This girl was possibly telling them, listen, we're preparing for our exams. Why do you want to change the focus of WhatsApp groups? It happens all the time. I know some people that will join a WhatsApp group. The next thing they start doing is start posting nonsense, posting irregular things, posting things that do not go with the direction of the WhatsApp group, trying to deviate the attention and the purpose of the WhatsApp group. And maybe she was one of the administrators of the WhatsApp group, and she was trying to create decorum. She was trying to create order on the WhatsApp group. But rather than them listening to her, they decided to kill her. And they burnt her just the way they burned goats and rams. And today, people are still saying that she is to be blamed because she should know better. What do you mean that she should be blamed? What do you mean by that? The point I'm trying to make in essence is we need to create a system in West Africa, especially in that Nigerian system, that would provide a safe haven for Christians. The Christians in Nigeria need a safe haven. They need a place where they can worship God in truth and in spirit without being targeted for their religion. They need a safe haven. All right? They do need a safe haven because the earlier we realize this, the better for us. This lady was wasted because she did not believe, or rather because she was trying to create order on our WhatsApp group. But let me tell you now, that's not even the problem that I even have. The problem I have is exactly how the people that you think would know better, how they are reacting to these stories. The people that you would, how they are reacting to these stories. Now there was a Sokoto based Islamic preacher that is urging Muslims to kill blasphemers, saying that that's the least they can do for the prophet. Who is this prophet that you all keep killing for? I keep asking. Everywhere you go to, they keep defending this prophet. A Sokoto-based Islamic cleric, as in a viral video, encouraged the Muslim faithful to assassinate anyone who dares to insult Prophet Muhammad. The preacher vehemently charged Muslims to take action against anyone who attacks the integrity of the prophet. He also made reference to someone who had allegedly insulted Prophet Muhammad and was in police custody. The cleric urged his congregation to kill the suspect once he was released. And this is just coming off Deborah, the student of the Shehu Shagari College of Education, that was burnt to death by her colleagues for allegedly insulting the Prophet Muhammad. But this same preacher is going around saying that on Facebook, he said a lot of things that are not right about the Prophet of Allah. And in Sokoto, said it was courageous. For us, we'll kill such a person. For the Prophet of Allah, the least we can do is to kill. We are not like Muslims, because Kano Muslims are more like merchants. That's why when they insulted the Prophet, as one practicing sodomy, no action was taken. They insulted the Prophet and called him an adulterer and pedophile, yet no action was taken. But here in Sokoto, we kill such people. Can you imagine? So the point is, at the end of the day, these people that are killing on behalf of their prophet, they understand that that's all they have. That's all they have. To them, that is all they have. And the Christians that will be there are targeted for this. And most of them are not even targeted. Most of them are not even killed for insulting the prophet. Most of them are killed for anything that they consider them worthy of being killed for. Anything that anyone can say. I was reading a story on Twitter of how somebody almost got killed for wearing a pair of jeans in the north. A Southern guy was almost killed for wearing a pair of jeans in the north. All you just need to do is be at the wrong place at the wrong time and not fit into the narrative, and you can be killed for just that. And I don't see the problem stopping tomorrow or next tomorrow. The only way this problem can stop is if we as Nigerians, or the people that identify as Nigerians, or the people that were born in Nigeria, decide that they have had enough and that Nigeria should be divided. Nigeria needs to be divided. Everybody has to go and practice whatever they want to practice. Because Sharia law is not by any means, the law, Sharia law, is not by any means superior to the Nigerian constitution. Sharia law is by no means superior to the Nigerian constitution. So, point I'm trying to make in essence is, the Nigerian constitution allows for freedom of speech, allows for freedom of association. But again, there are some places where you are not free to speak and you're not free to associate. And when you make your own comments and when you speak your mind, if it doesn't tally with the way the people think over there, you can be killed. And that in itself is a problem. Anyone who goes about supporting killings of innocent people just because of the manner at which they speak up or say their mind is just a tyrant. It's just a tyrant. No one should be killed for speaking up or for saying things that govern them or tallies with them. Not even a young child, not even a young student killed by our own classmates. Imagine what's going to happen to regular people like myself and yourself, who have no bearing and have no footing. This girl grew up in Sokoto. She grew up in Sokoto. She can possibly even speak. She speaks Hausa fluently, and yet she still got killed. So my brothers and sisters, this is beyond what the eyes can see. This is an ideology. These people believe in an ideology that is bigger than what the eyes can see. So let's tell ourselves the truths. Nigeria is not one. Nigeria has never been one. How can Sharia law prevail over democracy? How can Sharia law prevail over a democratic? Is a place where they practice too many government. There are too many governments in Nigeria. Too many. Everybody is a government. The traditional rulers have their own government. The religious leaders have their own government. The local government chairman has his own government. The area boys have their own government. The governors have their own government. The president has his own government. Too many people are out there in Nigeria causing havoc and chaos. This is what someone said. This is what someone said. This is what the chief imam of Abuja, the mosque in Abuja, said this. He said, Deborah Samuel crossed Islamic red lines. Don't blame our killers. And if you read what he said, he has justified the horrific murder of Christian female student Deborah Samuel, blaming her for crossing the red lines of Islamic faith. He also absolved the killers. And he said that grave consequences await persons who crosses religious red lines, noting that such conduct will not be tolerated. It should be known to everyone that we Muslims have some red lines beyond which must not be crossed. The dignity of the Prophet is at the forefront of the red lines. If our grievances are not properly addressed, then we should not be criticized for addressing them ourselves. And also, a Sokoto government official also mentioned that more Christians in Nigeria will be murdered if they say things considered disrespectful to the Prophet Muhammad or whatever. So you can see what and how these people think. All right. Nobody needs to be silent in their own city, in their own state, but they are deliberately silencing people. They will start it first with saying, "Oh, they insulted the prophet." The next thing they will say, "Oh, they insulted the messengers of the prophet." The next thing they'll say, "Oh, they insulted the Boko Haram members of the prophet." The next thing they will justify. This is how they will keep justifying the killings and killings and killings of innocent Christians. So today I ask the Catholic Church, are you going to keep quiet while Christians are being murdered in Nigeria? I ask the pastors and the chief, all these chief pastors and the chief whatever in Nigeria, is this how you're going to keep quiet while innocent people are being murdered in Nigeria? Innocent Christians? What exactly are we showing to the next generation? When the chief imam can open his own mouth and make this kind of comment, that is all you need to know about why Nigeria can never work. Nigeria is is an Islamic country. Nigeria is an Islamic country, it's an Islamic state. But most people don't know it yet because they live in Lagos and they live in all these other parts of Nigeria that possibly maybe allows them to, to enjoy and go to parties and drink alcohol, and they think it's just okay. But Nigeria is an Islamic state. It is run by religious fundamentalists that can kill their own daughter. They can kill their own daughter for speaking up on issues that bother her because she is Christian. Don't believe the lies that tell you that she crossed Islamic red line. Nobody crossed any Islamic red line. They were looking for an opportunity to kill her, and they found that opportunity. They've been looking for opportunities to cause havoc and kill Christians in the north. But the Christian churches in Nigeria are failing. They are sleeping on duty. They are sleeping on duty. And this is how they will begin with these killings, and they will keep spreading these killings in the UK, in America, all in the name of fighting for their prophet. I have no problem with people asking people to be tolerant, and religious organizations asking people to be tolerant with each other's religion. But nobody should kill another person because of a prophet that has died 1,000 years or 2,000 years ago. How many of them have even seen these prophets? How many of them are even full-blown, adherents to the laws of this prophet? Most of them don't live. They don't follow the laws of the prophet. They claim they do, but they don't. Because I'm very sure that no prophet, even Prophet Muhammad, will never support people killing on his behalf. If he was alive today, nobody should ever kill anybody. But these people are going about jubilating, celebrating about the deaths of their own daughter, that lives in their own country, in their own state. This is why people support the breakup of Nigeria. This is why people support the indigenous people of Biafra. This is why people support Oduduwa Nation, because of charlatans like this. Because of people like this that have given credence, national credence, to murder of innocent people because of their own personal ideologies. You must understand that Nigeria right now is run by terrorists. Terrorists are running the ship called Nigeria. It got so bad that one of the presidential aspirants of Nigeria, by the name Atiku Abubakar, he came to condemn the killing on Facebook and Twitter. Then after he was threatened that he was going to lose votes, guess what he did? He deleted the post and blamed it on his people that were handling his Facebook and Twitter account. Can you imagine? He was not even bold enough to own up to the fact that he sympathizes with terrorists. So he deleted a post he made. This was the post he made. There cannot be a justification for such gruesome murder. Deborah Yakubu was murdered, and all those behind her death must be brought to justice. So, as you can see, when people started commenting, we're not together here, wallahi, you lose my vote, you lost my vote, the man went back and retracted his statements. He did not delete his statement until later, when he started getting those threats that he was going to lose votes. He went and he deleted his statement. Do you know why? Because they're all cowards. They're all cowards. They're all bread and crumb eaters. These are the people that have eaten Nigeria so badly, they don't even know their left from their right. They don't even know if they are Christian or if they are Muslim. Most of these people, they don't know. Today, you see them they wear the Christian, they will go to church to go and make donation to a pastor that will give them the pulpit to talk their nonsense. Tomorrow, they will enter mosque and go and do their prayers in the mosque. This is how they confuse foolish people that call themselves Nigerians. This is how they confuse you all, telling you that they care about you and that they are going to change you. They're going to make life better for you. All of these people will not make life better for you. It is just moving from one pharaoh to another pharaoh. From one pharaoh to another pharaoh. From one disaster to another disaster. The only way you can have peace in Nigeria is if the people who govern their communities and govern their nation are people that are known in that city, in that community, and they take order and they take orders from the people that live in that same community. They don't go and be taking orders from Abuja. They don't go and be taking orders from the north. That's the only way. If people are maintaining their resources, they know that if you go to Ekulobia, you will find oil. They know that if you go to, Oka, you will find coal. And that is, people are aware that of all these resources coming in. And they hold on to their resources. And they tell the people there that, listen, these are our resources. We're not going to share it with anybody. We're going to keep the money. We're going to see how we can maintain this money to grow our economy. Nobody will be taking orders from all these people that didn't go to school, from all these people that have benefited from the Nigerian economy since 1993, 1994. But you can see from their actions who they really are. From the words that come out of their mouth, you can tell who they really represent. They represent the people that are holding you down. They represent the people that are holding you down in bondage, living in bondage. That is who they represent. And because of his cowardice, he went ahead and deleted the post he made because he couldn't stand with the truth. He couldn't stand for justice. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been in prison since last year, standing on what he believes in, holding on to what he believes in, despite the consequences, despite the things that he has lost, he's still holding on what he believes in. But this man, this so-called presidential aspirant, could not even keep a post for 24 hours just because of how desperate he is just to be the president of a failed nation. Of a failed nation. A nation that keeps killing its own people. A nation that keeps killing its own young people. Is this how long we're going to continue like this? For how long are we going to continue like this, I ask? Now, this is another story again of how terrible Nigeria. Even this same person that has been going around speaking up on behalf of the terrorists, Gumi, goes around and tells the Nigerian government to give the terrorists what they want, raise money for ransoms to free victims. Chibok girls is still we're still reminded by how Chibok girls issue came about. Now they are kidnapping people in bushes and everywhere. And this scholar, whatever he calls himself, advises the Nigerian government to give terrorists what they want and deserve so as to ensure the safety of kidnapped victims in their captivity. Can you imagine that? It's telling the government to give the terrorists to give them what they want. How do you go about telling the people, or rather, the Nigerian government, that they should pay terrorists, give them what they want? It's sad. It is sad that we're living in a country that is upholding the rights of terrorists before the rights of citizens. It is sad that we live in a country where a train can be attacked, 8 people will be killed, many others will be injured, and nothing will be said about it. Rather, the man is saying that the 25 billion that the political aspirants have spent to buy from should be paid to terrorists, so that they can release these people. But we all know the truth. The name of the mosque is the mosque in Abuja. The name of that mosque is the one in Abuja, the National Mosque Abuja. But we all know the truth, that if they pay these terrorists this money, do you know what's going to happen? If they pay these terrorists this money, they will go and buy more guns, and they will go and kidnap more people. So anybody that is supporting that they should pay terrorists money and give them money to release victims is just saying, keep funding terrorism. That is exactly what I hear from this. I don't know how you interpret it, but that is how I interpret it. Anybody that is saying, just keep paying terrorists, is just telling you the truth. Keep funding terrorism. Keep funding terrorism. If the UK and the US sleep on this issue, if they sleep on this issue of the rise of terrorism, very soon, these same people that they are supporting, they will become top government officials in Nigeria. They will have access to intelligence from the US government. They will come to America, and they themselves might support what's going on in Nigeria. They will start supporting that in America, as well as other parts of the world. So it is time for us to tell ourselves the truth. All these terrorist sympathizers that go about telling the Nigerian government to fund terrorism and pay terrorists to release victims of terrorism, rather than for the Nigerian government to do their jobs and secure passengers and lives of properties, but rather this one is telling them to be paying terrorists. Do you know how much it will cost the Nigerian government to have secured the place? Or rather, do you know how much it would have cost the Nigerian government to secure the people that live in Nigeria or are traveling around Nigeria? It's not going to cost them as much as it's costing them right now. That they are saying it's costing them right now to fund terrorism or to pay for terrorists. That is where I'm going at. A lot of people do not understand what's going on because they are benefiting from all of this failure of leadership. They are benefiting from the failure of this leadership. Yeah. I want Susan, I'm going to send you the link. So you can actually, do you want to call in or do you want to join, Susan? Yeah, let me Susan Mount wants to call in. So let me call you back. Susan, do you want to call in or do you want to join the program? Type on the system. If you want to join in, you want to call in, okay. All right, I'm gonna bring in a caller right now. to speak in on what's going on.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's going to be a caller joining us right now, Susan Mount. Let me see if she's available. Oh, Susan, you can call me back. Call me back so I can put you on. Your line is not going through on my end. So I want to say this. You know, a lot of people don't know that Nigeria is run by terrorists. Even the soldiers are beginning to realize that. The soldiers that are fighting to keep Nigeria one, they are beginning to realize that they are used as scapegoats, sacrificial lamb. All right, let me pull in Susan. Hey, Susan.
Yes. Hi, Brucey. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. I'm watching your good program today, and it's speaking the truth. And I just thought to myself, and I have to go back and look for sure, but just recently our own U.S. Ambassador Leonard was accepting a Quran from that same international mosque in Abuja. And now we have an imam sitting there saying that it's okay to kill people. So I think we need to be calling the State Department and letting them know why are we continue to sponsor terrorist sponsors? Because it's not okay to slaughter Christians.
Right.
It's not okay. And that student, she never said anything directly against the Prophet Muhammad. So honestly, that same imam, I have that video. He was saying that it's okay to kill somebody. You don't have time to call the police or call anybody else. So what is it? Is the U.S. ambassador supporting and going and accepting a Quran and putting it on they're posting it on their own website at the International Abuja Mosque. But yet, where is our same ambassador condemning this imam that's speaking out, saying that it's okay to kill people? I find that very, very troubling as an American. But I'm going to post it later on my news feed because, you know what, and I'm going to call the State Department today, and I'm going to let them know, why is our Ambassador Leonard, there's imams speaking out against killing people in this international mosque in Abuja, but yet she's over there accepting Qurans. Why is she not condemning what that imam is saying today? Sorry, I thought that was very important to speak right now, being that we're talking about this.
Of course.
But I kept that evidence. I screenshot that from a post from the U.S. in Nigeria post, I believe, from the Ambassador Leonard, whatever, the State Department, from our State Department over there in Nigeria posted that. So I'm going to go double check if this is true. And if this is true, I'm going to make a phone call today to our State Department because this has got to stop.
Yes, it has. It has got to stop.
And I also want to remember the 20 Christians that were slaughtered by Boko Haram just recently. I believe on the same day or close to it, of this same Christian student being stoned to death and lit on fire. It's the Nigerian government has failed. They are sponsoring terrorists and they have hijacked the Nigerian country. Nigeria has failed. And this is why people do not want to be part of it. But anyway, thank you for letting me call in, Bucci.
You're welcome. Anytime, Susan. Thank you for calling in and sharing your piece. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day, okay?
Thank you.
All right. There you have it. There you have it. Right from the source. Right from the international source. It's easy for them to throw IPOB under the bus and say the indigenous people of Biafra are the ones causing mayhem in Nigeria. But that's what they call gaslighting. They point fingers at other people, but they themselves know that the true problem of Nigeria is in Nigeria. They know. They all know that the true problem of Nigeria relies and resides in Nigeria. You can never make Nigeria work, not even a million years. Someone even said if you bring Jesus to be the president of Nigeria, he will fail. If you bring Jesus to be the president of Nigeria, he will fail woefully, because Nigeria is not meant to be won from the get-go. But I'm going to end today's broadcast with sharing this story. I'm just going to be in court next week, Wednesday. So we are all looking out at this case because we know exactly what this entails. To the people that have been killed unjustly by the Nigerian government for speaking up for Biafra, for asking for self-determination, which is a human right. All right. So he's going to be in court on the 18th of May, Federal High Court. All right. So I want you all to be praying for this man. You know, he has fought a lot of battles. He's still standing. All right. He's still believing in his goals. And he has a lot of people that believe in him. A lot of people that support him. A lot of people that, you know, stand with him. Despite the challenges that he has faced, you know, he's still unshaken in his belief system. Still has an unshaken faith. And he's also very resolute. All right. And he has also called on the people, you know, the peaceful conduct of Umu Chineke, and encourage everyone to be assured that there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. So please, everyone who supports Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, please keep praying for this man. All right. His fight is the fight for all Igbos. His fight is the fight for all people who love freedom. People who don't want their head chopped off because they spoke up against anybody or anything. Nobody should kill for anybody. That's the first rule of life. You have the right to defend yourself and defend others. But if the person that you are defending is not even harmed or is not even there, why are you killing for him? What point are you trying to prove? Murder is murder anywhere. Anywhere, murder is murder. This same Sharia law allows for murder to be meted out on people who commit murder. Even in the Nigerian Constitution. The Nigerian Constitution says that anyone who commits murder will be killed. So the people that have killed this lady, they have to also be killed. They have to also be murdered because they have done an unjust crime, all in the name of religion. And religion, as I say, is the opium of the masses. You must be able to think for yourself. You must be able to reason for yourself. Don't just believe anything that anyone says to you. Don't just believe anything someone just opens their mouth and just says that, yes, this person said this because of that. So many people were running to go kill her. They did not even hear the broadcast that she made. They did not even hear what she said. But they still were the ones who brought fire and stones and matches, and were brandishing the matches. Yes, I'm the one that killed her. This is the matches that I used to kill her. But my question for the other person is, even you have to look internally and look inwards too. In what ways are you killing another person? Whether it's with your words, whether it's with your actions. In what ways are you killing innocent people? We have to be very mindful. We live in a very sensitive time. Everyone is angry these days. Everyone wants to kill the other person. Everyone wants to murder the other person. Nobody has tolerance for anything anymore. We have to be very careful. And the Nigerian government has allowed this to go on for so long. And it just keeps increasing and increasing and increasing. That's why the governor of Benue State was saying that everyone has to defend themselves. Self-defense. Because imagine somebody coming at that lady the way she did. And let's say she had a gun or had some form of defense. She wouldn't have died like that. She wouldn't have died like that. That is how they want the Igbo people to die. Just sitting down and just dying. They don't want the Igbo people to defend themselves from the evil that is coming. They just want us to sit down and just wait to be killed. And we know that's not going to happen. So let's be mindful. Let's be very careful these days. We live in very perilous times. We live in very perilous times. But I strongly believe that if we continue to move in unison and with wisdom, with knowledge and understanding, we will overcome this time and we'll come out victorious. So we're praying for the victory of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the coming weeks. But before then, before his court date, I'll be here again to talk with you. And hopefully I come on with Susan. But thank you all for listening to me today talk. I really appreciate your time. Do enjoy the rest of your weekend. God bless you all. Have a wonderful, 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 wonderful Friday and a wonderful Saturday as well. Have a great day. Bye now.